Alright, welcome in, welcome back. We're doing another boat fail video. We're gonna try to keep it around 10 minutes this time. Let's see if we can, if we can stick to that or not. Appreciate everybody stopping by, saying hi. If you feel like hitting any of them buttons, like, subscribe, anything like that, everything's greatly appreciated. Leave whatever kind of comments you want. Always open to some constructive criticism. Future content ideas, all that good stuff. Go ahead and hit all that down below. There's also going to be a link in the description below for the video we're watching today, so you can go and check out that guy's channel and watch the video without me talking over it. But if you like hanging out with me, man, just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll try to keep pumping these out, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into, and let's see what kind of trouble these guys get into. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I guess that's one way to load your trailer. I mean, if you have the right hole for it, and you don't really care about scratching up your aluminum boat, stuff like that, then go for it. I see people have fun doing that all the time, but you gotta have the right stuff for it. You don't want to mess up a fiberglass boat trying to do something like that. This guy here looks like they're winching up this boat. So he's probably on a big floating barge, probably got anchored off, so he's got a good leverage point. Otherwise, this boat's gonna try to swing them both around. Looks like we got two boats involved, so one holding the front, and this guy's winching up the back. Cool thing about, recoveries like that is once you get the original, like the railings of the boat above the water, you can pump it out and it'll stay afloat. I've had to do that a few times. Doesn't always work that way though, especially if it's taking on a bunch of water somewhere else. That's all it took was a couple 100 pounds on one side and roll that iceberg over, man. And now they're in the water. Oh, yep. So he lifted off plane, and it's pretty hard to turn when your motor or whatever's not in the water, right? So once he came back down and he caught plane, he spun a little bit, and that's it. Oh, yep, so that's what we call a shock load. That thing bounced a little bit, and that bounce exacerbates the weight that's on that line. So you get a little bit of a shock load on something like that, and it's just enough to flip that crane over, shift the weight just enough to mess it up, and I mean, that's all it takes. Looks like one of his straps failed. Hopefully the guy's okay. Looked like he fell into the water. Hopefully the back end doesn't go too far down when it hits the water. And so you see how the back of the boat is completely under the surface of the water. So now the back of the boat's just filling up with water. So that angle is horrible. You can see that's still touching, and there's that much gap between the boat and the water. And now that boat's probably sitting on the ground. So I don't know how they're gonna get it in. We'll see. Or maybe we won't. Oh my god, that is super dangerous. If that girl didn't move, she'd be hurting right now. Another little aluminum hull chase boat. Well, not chase boat. Little aluminum hull boat. Looks like they broke the window. Couple of the windows. That could hurt people. You do stuff like that, and they're not ready or bracing or sitting in a proper spot. They're gonna hit those windows, they're gonna hit those railings, they're gonna hit the sides of the boat, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. So I'm not sure what they were doing, maybe going into shore, but that other boat, yeah, I mean, even if that other boat wanted to, it might have not been able to turn. That water's gonna take it where it's going. You're not fighting that. And when you got that many barges stacked up and not enough small vessels in between helping you, keep it straight. I mean, it's almost impossible to steer it perfectly in a small channel. So.
Forget about the hat. You have the casting. Forget about the hat.
But hey, he was dedicated to that throw, that cast net throw. He was dedicated to that. Yeah, small little sailboat. That's a huge ship. get in the way, that's about all you're gonna be able to do. Not sure what that was, competition or something. Yeah, hopefully everybody gets out safely. You know, usually these boats are stacked with a ton of people. So I just want to, you know, I just hope everybody has a life jacket and gets out of the boat before the boat goes down. Hopefully it's all rescues and no recoveries.
We were going to Blue Lagoon.
And that too, I've seen people do that a lot, you know. Yeah, it looks like it's just gonna slide right up, but it doesn't always do that. And then it stops abruptly and your body's momentum's gonna keep going forward. And unfortunately, he hit his face. Oh, that's all bad. All those boats right there are toast. The only thing they could have done better is have it on a dock, you know, slipping, or have it anchored farther offshore so that way the waves can't push into the rock. But all of those are That's a cute little thing. I'd love to have one of those on my desk. Yeah, and he's stuck in I don't know what you would want to call it, a riptide or something like that, but basically that's a spot where the water is turning over and over and over and over. And if you get stuck in that, you're gonna do the same thing the water's doing, turn over and over and over. And it's hard to get out. There's a lot of water pressure. There's a lot of going on. It's not easy to free yourself from, especially if you're in a small little thing like that. And you know, hopefully he's okay, and hopefully somebody helped him turn back over, or he was able to slip out and swim away. And that looked like just inexperience, you know. He wasn't sure what to do, tried to gas it out instead of back up and get a better angle. I hope they're okay. That's another one of those instances, you know, drops quick, hits the ground, and your body's momentum's gonna shove you into the railing or the bottom or the deck of the boat. Who knows? Hopefully those guys are okay. Looks like he's just trying to break up some ice and didn't have his transom bolts on very good. Alright, so it looks like he's tied up close to them. Oh yeah, and he got snapped. So you never want to be close to the ropes or cables that you're using to tow a boat. You never want to, just in case something like that happens, you know, they're gonna pop. They gotta go somewhere, right? So never stand around them while you're pulling or yanking or anything like that. Now that boat, that's gonna be on there really good. It would be better to have like a rope with some kind of give in it, a lot longer, so he can kind of bump it offshore little by little. You never want to just, you know, go, 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 and then have it snap and hurt somebody. I mean, that thing is way up on the beach. Looks like he had a rider on there. I really thought he was going to make it. It looked like he was going to make it out of that, but looks like they flipped over. Probably flipped over close to shore, so they should be okay. Hopefully they can recover that. So just enough for his power wheel to be off. It's kind of a high center situation. Not sure what the point of this is or what he's trying to do. So. I'm not sure what he's trying to do, but that's not good for your transfer case, drive shaft, power wheel, your differential especially. So that's a rough situation to be in. Not sure if they lost power and were pushed in, or if they ran aground on purpose to save the vessel from sinking out in farther water. I don't know. Need more information for that one, but that's definitely an unfortunate situation. And it's going to be super hard to get them back out from there. And that's just a big boat with nowhere to go. A small dock that they couldn't avoid. Maybe the wind was pushing them, or they just weren't expecting those angles and didn't get it right. That's unfortunate. You know, if you're going to have your boat um, you know, out somewhere where you're gonna need chocks in your wheels, make sure you have chocks for your wheels. For the front wheel, for both back wheels, all that. You want to chalk as many of those wheels as possible so it doesn't spin and it doesn't just roll away. Any kind of hill, once those things get going, you're not going to be able to stop it there. You know, the only thing you can do is prevent it from happening in the first place. Looks like just a few bad weather situations. That's a huge roll right there. Oh man, did some damage. Not sure if those boats are going to be salvageable or not. That boat is way too small for that trailer. I think it's just, they just used it because they could. Oh, yep, and then that thing shifts the weight. All their weight's in the wrong spot of the boat, so that's just, boop, drops them in. Just like putting too much weight on one side of a floaty in a pool, you know? You get too much weight on one side, it's that's all she wrote. Oh, that is bad. That is a broken window from the water coming in with that kind of power. Those guys that were sitting right in front of it and got hit first, they are definitely feeling that. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be very painful. Probably shoved them back into those tables. Not sure how secure those tables and chairs are, but it's not gonna feel good to hit up against all that stuff on your way through when that kind of wave breaks through the window and pushes you around. So but yeah, hopefully I provide some decent insight here, guys. You know, when you're out there boating, just try to be as safe as possible. Be aware of your surroundings. Best, you know, something to think about is to call it, um, you know, you can always go faster in a boat. You can't always slow down on the water like that. Um, you know, slow and steady is the way to go, especially when you're close to anything, because small adjustments can be made when you're going slow, but when you're going fast, small adjustments can end up screwing you over. So always be aware of what's going on around you. Be as safe as possible. You know, it's like driving a car on ice with no brakes. So, you know, you just want to be aware of that. Be as safe as possible out there, and watch out for your fellow boaters and the other recreators in the water so nobody gets hurt. So, hopefully you learned some. Hopefully, if you made it this far, you enjoy hanging out with me. So go ahead and hit them buttons down there if you could. Leave some comments, some suggestions, anything like that. Your favorite clip from the video, what you want to see next, suggestion videos if you have any, you know, out there you want me to take a look at and we can watch together. Always appreciated. So for those of you who stuck around, I appreciate the hell out of you. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for stopping by and saying hi. Have a blessed one. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.